Okay, good luck, have fun to both player when we are in first loser's top 8, I assume. Or wait, Tiki misdropping there. Probably trying to burst, but misdropping one piece after another. But M8 is relatively slow and also misdropping on their own. 0.5 APP there on Tiki's side. Those misdrops really ruin the efficiency. Tiki trying to build this pressure, finding a donation there, and even finding a way out using the overhangless S-pin, I assume. But oh, B-Boy Winston, thank you so much for the raid. Uh, Here we have Radian 129. This is the first loser's top 8 for the night. And Tiki bagging another round. And M8 building up this really huge upstack, but unfortunately misdropping their piece there. Losing a little bit of momentum. But Tiki misdropping a few pieces as well. But alas, still finding a way out. And both players actually found their way out. Still, Tiki building up this 09 stack. Breaking their surge, but M8 finds survival. A surge of their own. Have to deal with so much cheese, even getting that quad, but no, it wasn't even a quad, it was a triple. M8 misdropping their pieces here. I think their board slightly ruined, but still find some pressure. But Tiki building up this surge. Slowing down, unsure what they're doing, probably trying to time there. Finding two spins, trying to get more. Trying to build up this back-to-back pressure. But M8 not allowing it. Even fully canceling Tiki's surge there. M8 getting themselves on the board there. M8 building up from this TKI. But Tiki building up really fast pressure, going over 4 PPS. Getting all spins and T spins. Building up their surge and actually catching M8 off guard there. Fortunately, M8 couldn't find survival. And eyepiece came too late as well. Players trying to build up their own pressure, but M8 finding this post extended SDPC spin pressure. And having to use their surge to cancel there. Getting that Kaidan. Tiki still relatively safe spot. Even finding that Prophecy TSD. Catching M8 off guard once more. Tiki unfortunately misdropping on their opener. And M8 finding that LST pressure. Catching Tiki off guard. Oh, M8 going to put the O to the side there. Fortunately, couldn't build up their extended SDPC spin. But Tiki is dropping a few Ps, unsure what they're doing here. And despite breaking their surge and finding a quick defense, it was too much because M8 even found a mid-game PC there. While it wasn't as powerful as it used to be, it's still relatively useful trying to build up back-to-backs. And M8 finding this back-to-backs. And Tiki currently on a deficit, but building up really quickly, even managing to force M8 to break their back-to-back there. Now even getting more surge pressure. Both sides having to break only to defend. Tiki finding that floating, but still M8 was ready for all of it. And fortunately they weren't ready for that. He's going really efficient in that round. M8 building up this LST. This building is from whatever freestyles they had, but fortunately having to break their surge in this really bad spot happened to their finesse. He wasn't kind to them as well. Tiki building this, I assume it was post TKI pressure. Oh, misdropping that O-piece. Trying to find a way out. Not in time. M8 notice that unfortunate stacks breaking their surge in time. Oh, this time M8 drops. This drops early. Still fixing them really fast, really quickly. Tiki unsure what they're doing, but finding a bunch of all spins. Building up their surge really quickly. Even putting M8 in a back-to-back deficit. Tiki building up that overhangless. Still building up their back-to-backs. Going well over 20. Getting another overhangless. Finally breaking their surge. But M8 was ready. There was a way out. And even a down stack for M8 there. Still, M8 having to use a bunch of their resources trying to survive. Sneaking in a few spins there trying to survive, but still finding more survival on M8's side. And Tiki's trying to pressure, but unfortunately not in time as M8 having this really clean board state, but can they find a way out of this? Fortunately having to use those garbage to defense made it really hard for M8 to pressure here. And unfortunately once more being put into the deficit. They keep breaking that back-to-back surge. M8, even despite all those pressure, finds the survival. Now M8 slowly building this up and having to break it right as I said it, but still in a relatively clean position. Trying to make sure they're not caught off guard by Tiki's attack. Fortunately, it was too much. Not only Tiki had that attacks going one after another, even have the surge afterward. Bounce back from their upset here on Tiki's side. M8 finding that really clean down stack, having the combo, but Tiki is still in a relatively safe position, even going all the way down to their board. And now M8 is the one pressured. Keep bagging another round. So M8 building up this extended. And Tiki's just timing their board, trying to make sure they didn't send too much attack over to M8's side. Still, their surge alone was enough to cancel the entirety of M8's attack. Tiki building up those all spin setups, finding pressure and enough pressure. 9-5. Building up with that TSS. M8 trying to build this extended. Bursting really high up. And Garbage was kind to them as well. But still, Tiki was ready. Even in a much better position than M8. Unfortunately, overcommitted here. Not yet. Tiki still finds survival. Even after greeting really high up there. M8 still not losing up in terms of pressure, slowing down, probably trying to find better way out of this situation. Finding a TSS after TSS, M8's side, trying to catch Tiki off guard. Unfortunately, they couldn't. Tiki was ready, aware of all these attacks. And M8 finding that C-spin. But Tiki not only cancelled them all, but even cancelled the cheese afterwards. And even having this back-to-back pressure. Can M8 survive this? Really big deficit, unfortunately. Having to break their surge early and caught in a bad spot as well. M8 couldn't find a survival there. M8 misdropping their extended. Tiki's caught in a relatively safe spot, building up that donation into another S-spin donation. And it caught M8 off guard. GG's to both players.